What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and today, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be talking about sad songs, so if that's gonna depress you, then maybe you shouldn't watch this, but I don't know, I've always been drawn to kind of sad and emotional songs because I feel like it helps me relate to other people. It makes you feel less alone in this world, you know? You're not the only one that's struggling, you're not the only one that feels this way. And I actually did a video on this already, I think like over 2 years ago now, back when I like first started my channel on other sad songs, so you can go check that out if you're interested. But obviously today I'm going to be talking about 10 other sad songs that I'm going to recommend to you guys, of course. And also, please excuse my voice in this video. I know I do sound congested. I've been struggling with allergies lately. It's just not a good time for me right now, so please excuse that. Sorry about it. But anyways, get your tissues ready. Let's get into these sad songs.
In this place I'll be anything but me. So you be brave and I'll still be 18.
So I'm going to be starting off my list with Forever Halloween by The Main, and this one is sad in the sense that the writer does not like the person who he has become. The Halloween theme here showcases the innocence of children that, you know, go trick-or-treating and dress up for the holiday, and as an adult you look back and kind of wish you could still be a part of that. He wishes he could wear a mask, some sort of costume to kind of cover up who he really is and actually be somebody else for a while. Because like I said, he's not a fan of who he is these days, so he wants to be someone else. There's this desire to live a false reality because anything could be better than what he's dealing with now, and I find that pretty sad. I've been wanting to talk about Slow Motion by Third Eye Blind for such a long time now, like literally forever now, but I just never really could find a place for it in one of my videos, but I think it's gonna fit perfectly on this sad songs list because it's incredibly real and raw, and it describes the life of somebody who has fallen to drugs and abuse and just crime and all that stuff, the kind of life that somebody lives when you resort to drugs and are addicted to them. Now, just a warning, the lyrics to this song are pretty messed up and they will hit you hard, and that's because it romanticizes certain aspects of that lifestyle. I know there's one line where he talks about the most beautiful ruby red, talking about the blood coming from this girl's nose after she did cocaine. Like, it's seriously kind of fucked up. And I think it does shine a light on that lifestyle and kind of open people's eyes to it. I think it's something that a lot of people need to hear to kind of fully understand that. The realness of this song is what makes it so compelling.
I'm trying to remember. Forgot the date of your birthday, but I suppose it doesn't matter. You won't remember anyway.
Pop punk band Boston Manor actually have a fast-paced song about dementia and death. And I'm assuming this was written about, you know, one of their family members or somebody that was close to the writer, because it's telling the story of this person just starting off to forget just a few little things, and then as time goes on, you know, it gradually gets worse and worse until they pretty much don't even know you anymore. And the title says it all, forget me not, you know, that's his fear here. He doesn't want this person to forget him, you know, despite them growing up together or just knowing this person his entire life. It's tragic to go through that. Somebody you look up to in your family and just have all these memories with, and then they just don't even know any of that or remember you at all. It's a horrible feeling that I am very familiar with now. I'm sure you all know why, but yeah, that one really cuts me deep.
If you could see the wreck I am these days, you'd have no reasons to stay away. Just hold my hand for a little while. Misery never goes out of style.
Misery by Creeper is my next selection, and this one isn't tearjerker sad, but it's still hopeless in its mindset. It's about feeling this overbearing misery when you think back about your dead relationship. Yes, this is pretty much a breakup song, but it's not cliche like a lot of others. There's a lot of metaphors in this one, and he kind of just talks about how he's feeling without her, also talks about different memories they've shared. And this song kind of serves as an anthem for Creeper. A lot of people love the line that's in the chorus chorus, "Misery never goes out of style." It's something that obviously a lot of people do relate to, and also not to mention this is incredibly catchy.
I don't like it now you're dead. It's not the same when I scratch my own head. I haven't got the nails for it.
The next song I want to discuss is Nanna by the 1975, and this one originally honestly didn't really get me that sad until it started to relate to my own life. And now I can say this definitely hits home every single time. This is a slow, acoustic, raw, and very, very incredibly emotional song about the death of Matt Healy's grandmother. His voice trembles a lot throughout this song. You can just really hear the passionate, raw emotion in his voice, just that sadness. He's really going through something. Like, this seriously affected him bad. And he even admits that in the song. He says he hasn't been doing too well, and his voice kind of chokes up a bit, and that gives me shivers just every single time. It's, oh my god, that song just really gets me.
Thought we hit rock bottom and then the floor gave out. Yeah, it was hard back then, it's even harder now.
No More Bad Days by This Wildlife, I guess, is more of a hopeful and uplifting song, but it still kind of gets me sad. And that's because I find this topic very emotional, and it does get me teary-eyed once in a while. The opening line, "We hit rock bottom and then the floor gave out," just kind of shows how everything seems to go wrong all at the same time. Like, it just can't be one thing, it has to be everything all at once, and you just feel like the world is against you. But if you didn't know, this song is actually about Kevin, the lead singer's mother, and her battle with cancer. And it really does get me emotional because he's making these promises to her, saying he will always be there for her, and basically just declaring that she's never going to be fighting this alone. She's never going to be by herself. He's always going to be right there with her to lift her up, make her happy, and just help her. And I guess that does make me happy, but sad at the same time because there's only so much you can do.
These days are like the old days, but you just care a little less. I don't blame you, I don't really like myself that much as well.
My next pick is one from Trophy Eyes, a band that I've been getting into a lot more lately, and Daydreamer is one that is spot on relatable to me. This is about your friends kind of moving on and just not really caring about you anymore, and it feels like you're the only one that puts the effort in anymore, and they're like drifting away, you're losing them. You have this little glimmer of hope that maybe like they'll actually want to hang out with you or ask you to do something or show that they care about you, but that just never happens. And that's something that I've been kind of struggling with lately. I feel like as I get older, people that I called my friends for a long time in my life, I don't even really consider friends anymore, and that's sad. There's some heartbreakingly honest lines in this song, like, I got friends, they don't love me like I love them. That could literally have been written by me, and it really sucks, but I guess that's life.
If the picture is all that I have, I can picture the times that we won't get back. If I picture it now, it don't seem so bad. Either way, I still wish you were here.
This next song gets me almost every single time. It's Wish You Were Here by Neck Deep, and almost every time, like I said, I end up with tears in my eyes. This is a dedication to a friend that has passed away and just reminiscing on memories you've shared with that person. Wish you had called them more, just wish you had more time with them. There's so many things you want to say. And this chorus is damn sad because it mentions the fact that a picture is all that you have left of this person, and all it does is remind you that they are not ever coming back. And that's painful. I also really love the line, they say you're in a better place, but a better place is right here with me. That's exactly how I feel about this type of stuff. This is a really beautiful song. If you've lost anybody in your life, it's gonna get you. Just take a look at those lyrics.
All the promises, vows under the covers. We would play pretend, my love, but it was real to me.
Forever Yours by Grayscale is next, and this one is based on a real relationship, but is mostly a fictional story about a man living in guilt and regret. The couple here are obviously supposed to get married, and when that day actually comes along, the guy does not show up. And then the girl actually ends up tragically passing away, so now he's kind of left feeling even worse about this situation. Like, he stood her up and now she's gone forever. He can't even fix things or apologize to her or just have a conversation with her about what happened. This is an acoustic song about a tragic story, but I also find it cute at the same time because the guy here is pretty much saying to her that he'll always be forever hers, you know, the song title Forever Yours. When you listen to this one, make sure to read the lyrics and just take everything all in, and this one always makes me emotional even if it isn't a true story.
What's it like to be erased? Every time you fall asleep, waking up as a clean slate, without a sense of reality.
Lastly, we have Deadly Dull by Movements off of their newest album, and I've talked about this one a few times, but that's just because it's so important to me because it relates to me on a whole different level. It's such a heartbreaking story that's actually true. It's about this older man who has Alzheimer's, and his wife actually recently passed away from that same disease, and he forgets over and over that she's gone, and he has to keep being reminded by his loved ones, and that just cannot be easy to watch or go through. The song also talks about, you know, what it must be like to wake up as a clean slate every day and with no sense of reality and just forget everything over and over. It's like you're starting over every day. I can't even imagine that. And he wonders, will I end up the same way when I'm old? Like, that's something that I think a lot of us should think about because it's kind of serious. It happens to a lot of older people, including my own grandmother, as I've talked about several times, but that's because I find it so important. And I really appreciate Movements for writing a song about this topic because a lot of bands do write about, like, mental illness and stuff, but they don't talk about something like this, you know? I feel like this is, you know, a disease that needs to be talked about, so I'm glad they actually wrote a song about it, even though it does make me incredibly sad. So those were 10 songs that I find incredibly emotional and sad and just depressing overall. Let me know some of your favorites down in the comments section. Also, let me know what you thought of my list, and thanks for watching this video today, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to this channel if you're new, and I will see you all next time.